What's up, guys? DTMP drama alert. So this is a cool post I had to share with you guys. It says, "Man waits 47 years to open Christmas present from ex-girlfriend." Erin and Victory first met while they were in high school in the 70s. Like most experiences of young love, it seems like it would never end. However, like so many early relationships, Vicky and Erdron, I don't know. Relationship soon came to the crashing halt long before Ariane could have expected. The only thing was, before leaving, Vicky left Ariane with a parting gift that would come to symbolize their time together. Rather than opening it, Ariane kept the present for nearly 47 years before opening it. The content remaining a mystery for all those years, but he's finally ready to tell the story of what was inside the gift the whole time. A story about a box. Ariane Paris was a pretty normal 15-year-old from Toronto, Ontario, when he met Vicky Allen as the two became high school sweethearts. It seemed a thought the young couple was simply meant to be together, and their time together in the 70s was something that only a generation of high school sweethearts could attest to. The relationship together during this time was marked by symbols that would later become a hallmark of a touching story, an unopened box. More than just a high school fling, Ariane and Vicky had a crush on each other and seemed to enjoy their young love like it so many do at that age, with a great care and innocence. And I'm assuming this is them here in this picture. They knew that they were still very young, but to both of them it seemed as though their relationship had been in the cards. Even though they both knew that this was probably only just a high school fling, at the time it felt much more than to the youngsters. Holiday season. Ariane and Vicky had been together during the 70s, and in those days, keeping warm during the winter times was part of the holiday season. That year, as holiday season came around, the two spent time together as they usually would. Here's some more pictures. Snuggling up, sharing kisses, and getting cozy was just part of their season celebration. They had started spending more time together, and from Ariane's point of view, their relationship seemed as though it was in good place. A cozy Christmas. As the winter weather rolled in, the young couple got ready for the highlight of the season, Christmas. There's nothing quite like the build up to Christmas when you're younger, especially when you're able to share it with the loved ones. For Ariane and Vicky, the holiday seasons would mark an important stage in their relationship because the couple was still so young, though they were largely unprepared for the dramatic twists and turns that young love tends to offer. A goodbye gift. While the young couple had enjoyed their Christmas together, their time together would be short-lived. Even though Ariane assumed that his early relationship with Vicky was on a good ground, she would end up leaving him that December. And here we go. Without a reason or excuse, Vicky had decided to leave Ariane and follow her own path in life. Before leaving, though, she would offer Ariane a parting gift to show her gratitude for the time she had spent with him. Saddened, angered, and accepted, upon realizing that Vicky had decided to break up with him, Ariane became distraught. His time with Vicky was the first time he had really been in a serious relationship with someone. Ariane became angry as he was confused and could not understand why she would leave so quickly. To him, it had seemed as though things were going well in the past, as Vicky had not expressed an outward sign of disagreements between the two of them. Slowly, though, he came to accept their moving on. A tradition. When Vicky left, she gave Ariane a small blue present as a parting gift, rather than opening, though Ariane kept it as a token of their time together. He never opened the present, and instead made a habit of keeping the present under the Christmas tree every year as a way to remind him of that time he spent with Vicky. As the years went on and the present became a personal tradition to Ariane, and every Christmas he would continue placing unopened gift under his tree. After a while of coming to terms with the feeling, Ariane managed to pick himself up from the emotional slump and get on to it with his life. While most of us know that the end of the first serious relationship is often the hardest, learning how to recover from them is one of the best lessons you can learn in life. Which, yes, 100% it is one of the best lessons you can learn from life. Getting through that first serious relationship will bring you to the next one and the next one and the next one. Usually 3 or 4 before you find somebody. I'm still looking. But anyways, another story for another time. Soon after his breakup with Vicky, Ariane would move on to find a new woman in his life. He was moving on, falling in love. As Ariane and his new partner, Janet, spent most time together, they realized that they were meant to be together. They would frequently spend time together and felt as though they were a genuine emotional match for one another. By the time Ariane had moved on from Vicky, but often still thought about her during the holiday season, whenever the gift was brought out around Christmas time, Ariane was with Janet now, though, and he knew that this was what he wanted. The unopened box, as Janet and Ariane became a more solid couple, decided to take the relationship to the next level. They eventually got married and would go on to have children together. Janet and Ariane were about as happy as they could get. Their marriage was strong and they worked well together as a couple. There was only one problem. Janet and Ariane's children couldn't understand why he kept placing this mystery blue gift under the Christmas tree every year. As Ariane brought out the gift year after year and added it to their gifts under the tree, they wondered what the point was. Why would he bring out this mystery gift every year? When they started probing him for information regarding the strange gift being included at every Christmas, he would often talk it off or say it was just something he enjoyed doing. To Ariane, the gift was his own personal tradition, and that was that. Open up. Over time, through Ariane's family became more and more concerned about the nature of the gift and why it was so important to him. They found the whole thing strange and would frequently ask him what the point was or why it was specific to him. As per usual, he would try and talk it off, but it was getting to the point where his wife Janet was starting to make a point out of finding out what the gift meant. After constant inquiring from his family, Ariane was forced to tell the story about the mystic gift he opened up about his experience with Vicky and the time they had shared together during high school. Okay. He explained that he had received a gift from Vicky when she left him when he was young. At first, his child thought the story was ridiculous, claiming that keeping the gift for that long was strange, but Janet was intrigued by the story and encouraged him to do something about it. Ariane was not sure where to start. Trying to get in touch with someone he had last seen such a long time ago would certainly be difficult. It was at that point that Janet encouraged him to go public with his story. Ariane decided to make a Facebook post about the story and see whether or not the people would know how to get in touch with Vicky. After reaching out, Ariane's story started spreading like wildfire. As Ariane made his post, he didn't think much about would come of it. He wasn't expecting much of a reaction, just some advice on how to find her again. Instead of his story was picked up by influencers and media outlets alike. Pretty soon, the story of Ariane and his long-lost love had taken the internet by storm. Though all the activity, a number of impersonators turned up claiming to be Vicky, but Ariane soon proved them to be the fakes that they were. After Ariane's story had gone viral, he had to contend with a great deal of impersonators. After suffering through the fakes, he realized that he had still come no close to finding Vicky. Thankfully, though, an old friend found out about Ariane's plot and realized that he was friends with Vicky on Facebook. As a result, Ariane was able to reach out to Vicky and managed to tell her about her gift. and how it kept it for so long. After all these years, Aaron was amazed by the fact that he had managed to find Vicky like he did. In turn, Vicky was just as amazed that Aaron had bothered reaching out to her for the first place. His message had come totally out of the blue for Vicky, and she agreed to meet up with Aaron to open the gift and discuss it together. They eventually met together in Western Canada, where Aaron and Vicky were reunited together again for the first time since they were youngsters. And the ensuring build-up towards this reunion, the couple had managed to generate a lot of media attention surrounding the story of their relationship and the mystery unopened gift. Rather than the usual simple to get attention for themselves, Ariana and Vicky decided they would broadcast the story and use the opportunity to generate cash for charity. The couple successfully managed to raise $1,300 for the Christmas burden and Edmund to her children in need over the holidays. Unwrapping the gift. Finally, in 2018, roughly 47 years since the couple had been together, they met one another on Christmas time to reveal the secret inside the blue wrapped paper gift. Until this point, Arian had never opened a present whatsoever, and its certain content had remained a mystery for a truly long period of time. As the old friends embraced and convert together, they knew that the time had come to put the old mystery to an end and finally close the chapter to their lives. Aaron quickly unwrapped the gift in front of the presents and all the bystanders who gathered for the moment of whatever. Love is no way to spot the certain feelings written and drawn by Carrion. Love is what gives the smiles from your ears. It felt strange for Aaron to be opening this gift that he had kept sealed for such a long time, but there was a great deal of joy in doing so as well. The gift turned out to be a collection of comic strips made by a woman named Kim Groove, entitled Love Is New Way to Spot the Certain Feelings. Memorable moments. After all these years, Aaron finally knew what the gift was. He was touched by the thoughts of it, but asked Vicky why she had still chosen to leave so suddenly. Vicky explained that she had shared a kiss with another guy at the time called Wolf. While she had been committed to Ariane until then, after kissing Wolf, she would decide to pursue a relationship with him, leaving Ariane. The gift was meant to symbolize the shift in her life. Novel ideal. The story of Ariane and Vicky and the unopened present had left such an impression at the public that the story kept getting swept up on the internet and across the media. Pretty soon, they had both become famous in their own right, and the couple were able to create a book documenting their story in the moment of their reuniting. Not only had Arian managed to find happiness by restoring a relationship from his past, but his story had won the minds and hearts of the public. Rather than seeing this as the end to something that he had put off for a long time, Arian realized that this was in fact the start of a new prospect for both him and Vicky. While both had moved on and become married with kids of their own, their story was an enchappeling one that was both interesting and romantic. After releasing a book, Ariane took to working on a documentary as well, and we might be lucky to get a hold of it soon. There you go, guys. That's the story. So all the love for this guy between him and his girlfriend Vicky led up to a joke, like a little joke book, I guess, on love, like a love book. Because she kissed somebody else and she decided to move on. Instead of hurting him, she gave him a gift, letting him know to move on without her. So that's an amazing story. What do you guys think? Comment below and let me know.